Aloha. I'm Leela Hubbard of Nakoa Ikaika, and it's appropriate that I'm here because over 60 years ago I was at the dedication of this heiau, and for most of my life I've been part of the Hawaiian sovereignty movement and worked for the betterment of the Hawaiian people in various ways. I was involved with the fight on H3, first of all when it was supposed to go through Moanalua, and then when it was to go through Halawa, and I set up the first protest against the Bishop Museum. We knew there were cultural treasures, 6-foot walls, part of a heiau, massive irrigation systems, the biggest that they'd found, and all of this was destroyed. We learned this through Buddy Neller, an honest archaeologist, who said, even if something is destroyed, you can still learn a lot. And they could have learned a lot about the different types of agriculture by really studying the area. So we tried to save what we could in the area for future generations, and that's what we worked on for many, many years. I held a sign with a policeman as the trucks barreled by and the dust flew to say, "Save Kukueokani," and it wasn't. It was destroyed by H3 because the archaeologists said it was in one place, and McAllister, who is well known in the field of archaeology, said no, it's in another place, and that is the place where the people of the area said Kukueokani is. Kukueokani is a major heiau. There were over 800 iwi in the heiau, which were backhoed and destroyed. Right now there's drainage and electrical cords running through this heiau, and it meant a lot to me to be able to get to it. I wanted to be able to go to the heiau, and I can't without a path being laid out. I can't make it, you know, because I'm too old, and there are other people, other elders, kupuna, who would like to go, and we're being stopped. You know, so I think that's a dire adverse effect. Another adverse effect is, of course, what was destroyed with the actual highway through the area. So all the money was being drained from this project. And we have money left, yes, but we had bigger visions than what are now on paper. Initially, we had set up our own idea of what we wanted and how the grant was to be governed and how we would take care of this cultural treasured areas. I suppose one of the positive things from the Halawa Luluku grant is the expansion of cultural knowledge, because Mahilani Cipher is really doing a fabulous job of spreading knowledge about Kaneohe and that area, and really building support in the community. So I think that's great. If you can come up with a project that is really going to increase the economy here and give steady work to our local people, then marvelous. But otherwise, I'm pretty skeptical, because I really thought this was more or less an 11 million pacification of the Hawaiian people, and a farce, you know, because we couldn't move forward. The disaster of H3 happened because a major federal law was ignored, undermined, and deliberately misinterpreted. H3 was exempted from this national law, which would have preserved our natural and cultural treasures. Instead, through manipulation, much was destroyed in Halawa-Luluku. Act 106 stipulates that a project must be viewed holistically, that is, as one cultural landscape. We learned that vital lesson in HLID, from the mountains to the sea. That is how the area should be viewed, according to the Historic Preservation Act. This is a contiguous landscape. I'm praying that what we planned, the cultural preserve, actually happens. That's what I pray. I would like to see our children learn more. I would like to see a formal curriculum set up so that we're teaching our children properly. I would like to see some of our customs and traditions carried on through education of our children and even our elders. We were put down. Our language was squelched. And now we are revitalized. And this, I think, is exciting. And if Halawa-Luluku and Haiku can work into this, then I think we've accomplished something great.